And you know, to go out and do a show, an average show, to walk away making $100, $200 is a lot of money. Would you all agree?
Yeah.
So the key is, in a perfect world, and I think the last, how many of you were at the meeting that I came to last time? How many of you were here? Just I want to see how many of you.
2. Yes. 2.
Okay,
And I had a full house then too.
Okay.
It goes to show you.
They never
Well,
came
yeah.
back.
Either they're not with
No?
us anymore, or they're not really involved. Like, it's
Well, that's
just amazing.
You
And
know
it's-
what? That is the nature of the
I was
business.
going to say, what is it, a third in?
One third
Yeah.
stays, 1/3 is coming, and 1/3 is going. I'm not saying this is for everyone, but everyone can try the business. So, you know, I hope to God all of you guys are going to sit here for the next 18 years. You know, we hope that, but things happen, and I'm not saying it works for everyone, but everyone can try the business and just find out. In a perfect world, I just want to ask, how many of you would like to do 2 shows a week? Be honest, you might not want to. How many, in a perfect world, if you could get them easily, just blinking your eyes and look at your calendar and say, I do this twice a week, how many of you would like that? Okay, it is doable, and the only reason why people don't do that is because you're struggling with bookings. Would anyone agree?
Absolutely.
Everybody. So you have to get creative with your show. And the thing is, because we're not doing open heart surgery, no one should feel anxious about it. You're not going to ruin everything. You're not going to do anything wrong. We just want you to do everything happily. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you have to be happy at your shows. You have to look at that. You have to look at yourself and say, would you book with you? Would you all book with you? You have to just get out there and have fun. So I just wanted to go over, let's start with just the basic, giving tips on how to get those bookings, because I have to tell you, I feel like I do a really good show. Sometimes I don't get a booking and then I want to shoot myself, but we can't do that because that is the lifeline to our business. So, and you're going to remember this or you're going to write this down. One of the girls, Sue Newman, she's one of my directors, she's been doing this as long as me. She wanted to really beef up her summer, seriously, and she saw that she wasn't getting the bookings that she wanted. So in May, she went with her shows with 3 envelopes. And I'm just saying this is what she did. I'm not saying you have to do it. We could tweak it to make it a little smaller. She went with 3 envelopes to her show, and when she gave her spiel, she said, let me just think of the words that she used. She said, okay guys, you're looking at, I'm sure you're looking at this catalog and you want everything here, so I want you to have a show. I'm booking now for July. Anyone who books a show with me in July, I'm going to just sweeten up the pot a little bit here. I have 3 envelopes. In each envelope, I have a $25 gift certificate, I have a $50 gift certificate, and a $75 gift certificate. If you're booking with me for July, come up and pick one of these. Whatever you get, you're going to be able to use this at your show in July. So this is just an extra gift. So she did this, and now Sue has 18 shows on her calendar for July.
Wow.
Now, if you're sitting here saying, oh my God, what if somebody gets the $50 and the $75 gift certificate? She's going to use that. Remember, in July, they're able to get 2 things at 60% off. She's going to use one of those to get whatever the girl wants at the 60%. Use that money to go towards that 60% off product. So it's kind of a little bit of a, you have to give something to get something back. If she didn't do that, maybe she would have gotten no bookings. You know, these girls seem to be jumping at this little envelope game. So now she has a full calendar. That's what I'm saying. You either could end up with no bookings, or you're going to get bookings for giving a little bit away. Now, I'm not saying you have to do 25, 50, and 75, but it's enticing. It's going to make people jump for it. Does that sound good to anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Who cares if you have to give? That's what I'm saying. I did not build my business on nothing. I gave a lot away to get a lot back in return. That's just what happens. And the way you all do it for the free-for-all, you know, they dangled it. It's the same thing with the booking. If you find that your bookings aren't coming as easily, I just love that idea. Just to build up that 1 month. And the problem is when a lot of you have, when you struggle with the bookings, it's because you don't have that 1 full month. So if you say July, because what you do in July is going to affect what's going to happen in the fall. If you're not doing anything in July, that's not going to be a good thing. You want to have a nice full July, which will get you to August, which will get you to September, and then you can have a booming fall. So we all have to do something. I'm I'm just curious, does anyone give out incentives at their shows that works? What do you do?
Like, I just had a party on Friday, and the party itself, as far as sales go, didn't do fantastic, but I got 3 bookings out of 5 people that were at the
Which is
party.
a home run.
Because I offered a free trivet with for anybody that booked a party with me. So I said, if anyone books a party with me today, then they'll get a trivet added to their order. And I got 3 out of the 5 people that booked parties with me. So it didn't do the sales I was looking for, but
Yes.
and I'm only booking parties for after the baby's born, so
Of
my fall
course.
is actually already fairly booked.
And you see, it's really, you know, again, you might want to buy up some little gadgets. It could be anything. I've done it before. I did a vendor fair where I went with a whole bunch of salad choppers, and I sat them in a basket. I had 5 of them, and I put up a sign, book a show with me, take a salad chopper for free. I'm not saying it's not a gamble, but okay, I figured I was going to try it. Out of the 5 people that booked, 1 person kept it. I never heard from her again, so she stole my salad chopper. But I got 4 real bookings out of it. So I know it's on the honor system, but there's just something to make people move quickly. So you did it with the little trivet, big deal. Sometimes when things are sitting there, so I'm saying if you have a show coming up or you want to buy yourself a few things, some Julian peels, some things that people would maybe want, and just say, those of you that are booking tonight, you're going to get about $100 to $200 in free and discounted merchandise. As a thank you, I want to give you a little gift tonight. Is it a gamble? The show might not happen. It might not happen, but it might happen. If it makes people just move a little quicker, try it. How many of you have shows for July? How many of you have nothing on your calendar for July? Be honest. And you would like to. I see you. Why?
I want July. I have August, I have September, I have
July is
July.
tough because I had 5 shows booked and two and 1 maybe.
You have to, and the thing is, there are months that are easier than others. So maybe if you feel that July is a tough month, people are going to think it's a tough month. I mean, when I was in June booking my May and June, I'm like, July is the best month to book a show. School is out, everyone's around, the moms want to get together. You have to make like every month that you're booking, that is the best month of the year. Oh my God, you don't want to wait till September when it's back to school. You want to do July, everyone's around, everyone's having fun, and then in September it's like, oh, thank God the summer's gone. Those shows, this is the best time. Kids are back to school. So you have to always, you know, be ahead of the game when you're doing the bookings.
I gave you the paper with the bullet points.
What are my bullet points? I lost the paper.
Is it up there?
Is it on the table?
Did you put it in the book? Who's my secretary?
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
I really believe, guys, if you use words, theme shows. Now, those of you who know me or don't know me, I haven't changed my recipes at all. I make the same things over and over and over, but I changed the name, the theme that I'm doing at the show. So always when somebody comes up to book with me, you know, I'm not looking at their order. I'll say, oh my God, Susie, did you have a great time tonight? Oh yeah, Jill, it was so much fun. And I'll say, listen, I'm doing this new show now. It's a Death by Chocolate show, or I have the Taste of Italy show. Do any of those sound good to you? It's the same show that I do with chocolate cupcake or whatever. It doesn't matter. So, and she'll be like, what is it? What is this Death by Chocolate show? I'm like, well, we'll make a recipe and then I'll do this chocolate molten cake that everyone's going crazy for. Let's set something up. Your friends have to. We have to continue this fun. And that's just how I say it, very nonchalant. And she's going to say, okay, or she's going to say no. So whatever theme you want to call it Splish and Splash. You want to call it light and simple. You want to call it easy breezy. You should have some names that you're throwing out there randomly throughout your show, and then when you have that conversation at the end, that's where the magic happens. It's just so important. It doesn't really matter so much about what you're cooking and making. It's really that connection when you have that one-on-one at the end of your show for the booking end of it. That is just going to be the lifeline to your business. It's just so important. And I know a lot of you, I bet every one of you, if you're going to tell me no, when they sit down, you sit there and total them up and say, your order is $347. Instead of having the conversation first, really try and break the habit of looking at their order and just look at them and say, I know you had a fun time here tonight. I really want you to have a show. We're going to make it so much fun. Listen to these themes. Pick names. My big fat Greek pasta salad. That's another one. You know the bruschetta pasta? Someone told me they made it with olives, Kalamata olives, and tomatoes, and, oh, I gotta get you, and they get feta cheese.
Hold on,
inside
you're gonna
what's
send
going
this, I'm gonna make a note, she's gonna send this.
Yeah, remind me. We forget what it is, but how good does that sound? So it's just giving another option to a type of
I
food
put
show.
sometimes red peppers or yellow peppers in it.
Whatever, but I'm
Yeah.
saying you have to entice with the theme. I don't care what cheese you put in. Nobody cares. It's getting that booking for them to say, oh, that sounds delicious. And you have to, I'll always say, oh my God, there's a new recipe sweeping the nation. You have to try this.
I think that's why I book Mexican Fiesta like crazy. That has been my show that has gotten me so many bookings,
Yep.
and when my business took off. I don't know if you remember when I did that show at the Staten Island meeting with Mary, and I showed them. That's when my show started taking off because
Margaret too. There's
It's the fajitas.
I cooked real food in the microwave and the sombrero. It is the house. But I tell them, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a Mexican Fiesta. I'm coming with my sombrero. We're gonna have the best time. And everyone's like, oh, that sounds so much fun. I'm like, we'll make margaritas. Sold.
And they always decorate. Whenever I do a Mexican party, it's like I walk in and they're all decorated for like.
Yes,
fun.
people
Yeah.
are excited for it.
about it.
You know, and that brings us to
Let me just talk about
yeah.
the cooking class for a minute. This is one more thing that a lot of people are having great results with. Have you heard about this, a cooking class?
not the dinner's done.
No.
This is, you can say, another thing that's sweeping the nation. The Pampered Chef just came out with a new type show. It's actually a cooking class. So what we do is I would come to your house and you'd invite your friends over and it would be a hands-on show. Everybody would cook together. And it seems to be so much fun because it's so expensive to go to cooking classes. You all know, really. You can go and look out and see how much it is. You have to pay for the class. Here, they're not paying. They're coming and they're having fun. And say, you can say, Pampered Chef is having great results with these cooking classes. I'd love for you to take advantage of it. Why don't we set something up? Your friends will love this. Now, all of you would probably be more comfortable, especially new people, because I know a lot of times when all eyes are on you and you're new, you're like so nervous, and oh my God, I'm burning this, I don't know what I'm saying. But when you're doing a cooking class, you can sit back and just file your nails, do whatever, watch TV behind you, and they're all making the recipes. So you print out the recipes, you put it on the table, and again, you can have two things going, one microwave thing and one oven thing. Or it could be just one recipe. They could take turns doing things. After they make these recipes, okay guys, we got this, we got the pizza in the oven, we got the olive tapenade going, let's just come back in the den, let's recap. You sit down, that's your, actually, to get them back to sit down, to simmer down, you're going to say, come back inside, I want to tell you what the specials are. And then you say, if anyone spends $60 tonight, or whatever the special is in the month, you'll show them that, and say, okay, so who is working with the food chopper tonight? Who here loves the food chopper? And you basically want to highlight some of the bigger products or work the catalog collections. You know, we have a stoneware collection, our cookware, the knives, whatever. You can tell them all to turn to the page. Food is done, it comes out, you give your spiel for the booking, recruiting, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling you, a lot of the new girls are having great success with that. Someone, Jen Frizzy, she's doing Battle of the Sexes. All her shows. They think it is so much fun. They come with their husbands. Men on one side, women on the other. They make whatever the two recipes are. Then she runs a contest. Who cares? They all win a season's best.
She stole that from me, by the way.
Doesn't matter who comes up with it.
I stole it from somebody else.
Right.
It's like I love the community because we share.
Exactly. So, does that sound interesting to anybody? I really think all you youngsters, because you all look like little kids to me, that is the perfect reason to get on the phone. And again, the words, you should really write these down and just say, Pampered Chef just came out with a new type of show. It's actually a cooking class. Pampered Chef has been having great results with this. I would love you to take advantage of it. Everybody will be it will be a hands-on show. Everyone loves it. Act like you did it. Act like you're doing it. Act like it's the newest, greatest, latest, greatest thing. You have to try it and find what works for you. If you're not comfortable up there with doing the whole show thing, there are other options. You can do it like that. Right? Yes. Why? Why are you all part of the Pampered Chef? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to make money? does anyone have like a real hot tub? Because every one of you have to find out why you are doing this. Is it because you want to pay the bills? You want Johnny to go to camp? Someone needs braces? You know, what is the why? What is the reason? You really have to dig deep and hard to find out why you want to do this. Does anyone know who Lisa Noto is? Lisa, she was just fantastic. You'll see her in all the videos and all. When they offered the trip to Italy, we went on a Mediterranean cruise. It was to Italy and here and there and everywhere. In her last month, I'm not kidding you, she was 20,000 away in sales, and she told her kids she was taking them on this trip. Where in your life would you ever be able to earn a trip to Italy for free? And she was 20,000 away, maybe it was 21,000, I don't even remember, something crazy, where someone could have said to her, forget it, you are not doing this. But her why was her kids. She promised her kids she was going to do it. And you better believe she got out there, she got on the phone, she did not get out of her office until she had X amount of shows on her catalog, on her calendar to do that. So that was her why, and of course she earned it, she made it happen. So I'm saying, yeah, you sometimes have to really push and find out why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do Pampered Chef? Just curious.
So I don't have to go back to working full time, spend time with my family, still make somewhere near the money I was making before.
Right, and you can make even crazier money, but again, we're going to talk about that. That's growing it, which is amazing. Anyone else have a why? Why? Why do you do
like
this?
products. To be quite honest.
That's fine. Everyone
That's
has a
what it
different
is.
reason.
To be for daycare, eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on that too.
She's on that too.
Exactly. What's your why?
So you have your kitchen.
That was my why. That was my why. I just wanted a dream kitchen. I was just like, whatever I have to do. I'm not waiting for him. I gotta do it. And no, that was just.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It's true.
I was so driven by like, I am gonna do this, and that was my why. Your why? Why?
Extra money for me.
For what? What do you want to do with the money?
I don't know. Everything usually goes to the kids. It's nice to have some extra money for me.
Right. You, Manuel?
Initially, it was to supplement my business because I'm in business, but now it seems to be picking up, and I now just want for the food.
That's okay.
I don't want to go back to work full time, and we live paycheck to paycheck because we have a kid who's special needs, and it's much better me being home with him. So I need to have the money
Do you find that this is making a difference?
Oh
I
my
don't know how
God,
long
yes.
you
Well, I've been doing it for 6 months, but I've been home for 2 years, and after the year and a half, it's like things are getting really tight. Things are getting really hard. We have 2 cars to pay for, so. Doing this for the last 6 months, and my son graduated 5th grade, and he did really well this year, so just seeing those results makes me really happy.
And you know what? Every one of us have the potential to right now, tomorrow, we could go across the street and book a show and make $100. Most people who work full time, you get your paycheck and that's what it is. But we are so fortunate, and you don't realize how we could do this. You can make a difference with that number. Most people cannot. They sit there and say, oh my God, I need an extra $200, I need an extra $2,000. Every one of us right now can pick a number and you can go get it, depending on how bad you want it. Stacey?
Well, originally I wanted extra money, like extra cash for my wedding that I had last summer. So now I just want the extra cash to pay some credit card bills, and I want the free stuff.
Okay. Anyone else?
That's
Yeah,
my
you're a
sister.
team. You're a team. I know. It's a beautiful team. Okay. I don't know if anybody wants to-
Jennifer.
Who's Jen?
For me,
Yeah.
I'm kind of still searching for my why. I enjoy it. I enjoy having. I've only done 3 shows, so I'm still really, really, really new.
You're really new.
And they've been like complete shit shows. Terrible,
But she qualified.
but I qualified.
She qualified.
So.
They haven't been shit shows. Jen, your sales have been good.
I know.
Yes.
Well, the
She
experience
beats
is
us
almost
up
a little
too much.
traumatizing, but I think that's almost part of it that keeps me. I'm intrigued by it.
Like,
Like
do it for the story.
people are
right?
animals,
Tales
But-
from the 80s.
There are definitely stories. that's
but
for sure.
I enjoy it, and I'm not afraid of being in the kitchen anymore, which is also a big deal for me because I was
It's a good one.
always let's order out.
And you know what? What we sell, again, you've heard me say it 1,000 times, it's not a novelty item or a luxury item. This is just stuff that people can use. So I never want any of you, and none of you should ever feel like you're a salesperson. I know we're kind of selling these products, but I feel because of what we do, it's not that, oh, you need this necklace, it's $59. You know what I mean? This is just, you're bringing these products to life, and people are going to buy what they want. So it's not a pushy sale on anyone. It's not that candle party or that cream, or because there are so many other companies, and you can't knock them. There's a lot of companies out there, but there's not another one like Pampered Chef. It's just, cooking is so relevant these days. I just feel like everyone just has to get creative. That's all you have to do. There's just so much business out there. Well,
just to really make some extra money in renovating my house.
And you know what? I want you all. Has everyone made $100 on a show? Have you all made? Is there anyone that didn't make $100 yet on a show? Have any of you made $200 on a show?
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone made $300 on a show?
Yep.
That's ridiculous. We make pizza. That's what I'm saying. Just imagine if you consistently make $300 per show, which leads me to show you is why you can make even more than that $100 and $200 per show. Team building. I could say it a million times, and I'm watching Karen do it because we said it is so untouched in New York. You might think there's a lot of people doing this, but there's not. And you heard me say, Mary Kay, because only I know their numbers, have 700,000 consultants in the country, in the United States. Pampered Chef has, I don't know if it's between 50 and 60,000. That is nothing. This is it. Here, look, all of you. You know how many kitchens are on this block here alone?
I'm going to tell you a perfect example. I did a party on Sunday, yesterday, and there were, out of the 7 people that were there, 4 had never been to a Pampered Chef party before, and 3 of those 4 had never even heard of Pampered Chef.
I get that
all the time.
They only came to the party.
I'm running into, I just went to a party.
That's okay.
I'm getting a lot of people have no idea who it is, except for one girl from Ohio who's there, whose mom used to sell it when she was in high school.
But you know what? What's good? People who have been there, it's good because they'll sell the stuff for you. Oh, I love that baking stone. I made that blah, blah, blah. And you know what? You'll move through them. You'll pass through them. And the ones who have not been there, and guys, most of you all look like you're 10 years old here. That is the next generation are all the brides and all the young moms, all of you with your belly. They don't know what this is. So I'm saying, it's like all of you were like what I was when I first started. So that's the next generation. All the brides, all the young moms. They don't know what this was. Yes, their moms had shows back when, and now it's them. You know, it's time for them to have a show. So if you think of the word saturation, like, never say that word. It is so, there's not enough people doing this.
Yeah, and I mean, some of us are blocks, like, in the same neighborhood. I mean, Jeanette lives really close to me, but she's touching on people who I would have never known or spoken to. You know, I'm really seeing that, because, you know, when I came on the scene, there wasn't a lot of people on Staten Island that, I mean, there were a couple of directors.
I don't care if I say there's 200 people. I don't care if I say there's 300 people. There are thousands, gazillions of people in the whole tri-state area.
I haven't done one party on this block, you know, so this block alone.
I'll take it all.
I don't know. I gotta stop knocking on doors.
So, you know, when you go out and you do $1,000 show and you make it $200, $250, it's really exciting. I understand that. I remember when I did my first $1,000 show. But how exciting would it be if you double and triple and quadruple that number? Wouldn't that be crazy? I'm telling you, making $100 here and there, life-changing, I don't know, could pay a bill, could do something to help you. But when you start making thousands, it is life-changing. I am not kidding you. You can be that stay-at-home mom and make a crazy income. I understood nothing when I first started the business, but I understood the recruiting thing. I was like, my God, I'm getting everybody to do this. This is so much fun, and the money is not normal. So once you start building a team, you know you're going to start making a percentage off, more money off of what you sell. You're going to make a percentage off of anyone on your team. So I don't want you to think I recruited Karen and I came home that night and said, I'm going to make so much money off of Karen. I signed up Karen. I said, I'm going to make so much money off of the Pampered Chef because they pay us to grow a team. This is direct sales. This is just how it works. And just so you know, the other companies out there, Amway, Arbonne, and a million others, they make money off of selling the kit, pushing the kit. Push the kit, push the kit. That's not what we do. We teach you to be better than us. So my dream is for all of you to become a national executive director. I will be happy, and you will even be happier. And that's how you want the next thing to go. So, for it to be. So, if you saw this already, how many of you saw the book, the story?
I did.
Okay, they saw it, but I didn't give you the spiel. I want you to understand it. Yeah, Melanie, I see you. Okay, I actually have my pay stubs from way back when. What? Should I stand here? Yeah. Could you see me?
Yeah.
Don't forget to move Jess.
My friend. Fix my friend over here. Oh. And I don't have my right glasses. What am I hearing? What's Daddy doing? Dad! Okay, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. So anyway, at the beginning, I knew nothing, which I still know nothing, but I understood the sharing the opportunity. I recruited someone at my first show. Not that I knew what I was doing. I was just like, oh my God, this is so exciting. If anyone wants to do what I do, come talk to me. So this girl came up to me and said, oh my God, this looks like fun. I want to do it. I said, okay, I'm going to have my friend call you, which was my director, and she signed her up, and that's how it started. So it's just a little different because that structure is different now. It's much easier to get a title. So you know, to become a director, you need to have 5 people on your team, correct? Do they have to be personal? Does anyone know? No, which means if I recruited Karen and Karen recruited 4 other people, see, I can't even count. If everyone hit their qualifications, which is the 5,000 in sales for the team and 5 active people, you get this new title of director. Why do you want to be a director? You get so much for having this title. Less points to earn the trip. Disney will be that much easier. Those products that you're all kicking butt to get, they give them to you, which is great, so you can earn 2 sets of them for free. What else do you get? You get a raise, you get more money on your own personal sales, you get a percentage on everybody on your team. So let me just show you what happened. So this is my one given month at the beginning when I first started. I was always consistent in this business. The girl told me, if you do 2 shows a week, you're going to have a booming business. And I said, okay, that seems easy. So I called everyone and their mother, and I said, listen, I'm doing this thing called the Pampered Chef. I want you to have a show. This is going to be so much fun. I'm going to come and do a cooking demonstration, and you're going to get a ton of free products. And then I booked 8 people in the first month because that's what she told me to do. So in this given month, this was my first paycheck. My first month, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I submitted 7 shows in that month. My sales that month were $4,309. Now, I didn't think I didn't know if it was good, if it was bad. I didn't know, but all I know, this is what I did. And my paycheck was almost $900. When I got paid that month, I did a cartwheel. I do not know how to do cartwheels. I'm not even kidding you. I just couldn't believe that I went out, I made pizza, and I got a $900 check. So I want to fast forward 1 year later. I went out on this given month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did 8 shows. My sales this month were $4,600. At this point in the first year of my business, I recruited, let's say, 5 people. I'm going to just adjust it so it's like how it is now. I recruited 5 people. So I now have this new title of director. If I never recruited anybody, my paycheck would have been $1,012, which would have been pretty darn good, right, for me making a pizza. But because I now have these 5 people on my team, my paycheck was $2,299. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm now building. Okay. Now we're 2 years into the game. 2 people on my team did what I was doing. 2 of them started building and recruiting people. So 2 people that I personally recruited now became directors. So that gave me this new title of advanced director, because back in the day you needed 2 people to promote to advanced. So it was harder now. Now you only need 1 director under you and you're advanced. So I promoted these 2 directors under me. I went out this month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did 8 shows again. My sales was $7,088. if I never recruited anybody, my check would have been $1,558. Pretty good, right? But because now I have these 2 people on my team that did what I did, they promoted, they brought people in, my check was $4,605. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, let's go a little further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This month I did 6 shows, always consistent. My sales were $5,378. My check would have been, if I never recruited anybody, $1,163, which is awesome, right? But you know what happened? 2 more people became directors on my team that I personally recruited. So now I have this new title of senior director. So I'm climbing the ladder, building with everybody. My check would have been $1,183, but because now I have this other title of senior director, my check was for the month $6,398. Moving forward.
Wow.
This is just such a visual, and when I was back when, I just was like, somebody show me the money. Just show me how to do this, because I'm going to do it. Go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did my 8 shows this given. I always did that. That was just like, and I moved on to the next month as I went along. My sales this given month was $6,443. What was I? Maybe I was an executive at this one. Okay, so now I moved up the ladder because now to be an executive, let's do it the way it is now. To be an executive, you need 6 people on your team to become directors, which is not a big deal. Remember, you need just 5 people on your team to get you that title, and 2 people under them need to promote. So basically, you recruited, okay,
5.
so I'm saying, you know, for you to be an executive, I'm just doing a visual, 6 people in this room should promote to director, not a big deal, and 2 people who are under them should promote to director, and then you're an executive team. And what I mean by an executive team, you're building big, deep, wide, deep and wide. So on this month, because I became an executive, so I had 6 people that I personally recruited, promoted, and 2 people under them promoted. Went out and did those sales of $6,443. If I never recruited anybody, $1,417. Love that number, right? But now I have this title of executive director. My check for the month, $10,323.
Oh my God.
Who's promoting?
Choking over there. She's on the floor. I'm not kidding. That's what I'm saying. I just want you to understand, this could be so much more than your $100 or your $400 per month check.
And guys,
All right?
a lot of you are doing this for the product. You're going to get it automatically anyway. Like,
I can't even get a freaking booking,
Okay.
let alone 8 bookings.
We're going to talk.
Let alone a recruit.
We're going to talk
Yeah.
I can't even get somebody to pretend like they're gonna book me. They're not even like, sure, honey, let's do it, and then cancel on me. I can't even get that far.
Well, you know what? We're going to work on that a little bit after this. So I just want you to see this. Guys, this check here was from December 2002. All right? So this was more than 10 years ago.
are you still doing that many shows a week?
Yeah.
All right, who's jumping Jill when she leaves here?
And I'm not, please, I am not doing this to brag. This is just, you need to see that the numbers can be something like that. Go
So
ahead.
at your shows, that you're doing 8 shows a month, obviously you exhausted all your friends and family. So how many people are booking at shows with you? Or the 2 to 3 bookings? Or?
Yeah.
I want to know that.
Yes.
At a
And,
party.
you know,
How
I'm
many
not
do you
saying,
invite to a party?
I really feel hostess coaching has a lot, it's a numbers game, you've heard it 1,000 times. If I'm walking into a show with only 4, 5 people there, your likelihood of getting a booking shrinks. Okay, I've been lucky that I really hostess coach like crazy, which is going to make them hopefully listen to me and get a lot of people there. I have big shows, I have a lot of people at my shows. I'm not saying all of them are, but a lot of them are. So one thing that's really important, when you book that show, this is after I sit down, I give them the packet, make sure you are giving them a packet, and make sure you are using those invitations from the company. I am telling you, even if you print out your own, it's fine to do on Facebook and text and this and that. When they get an invitation that's in their hand or in the mail, you're going to get a better turnout. People just say, oh, I'll invite everyone on Facebook. That's not an invitation. You're not going to get a great turnout. Do any of you use the real postcard invitations?
I've given them out. They give them to me at the show.
Encourage them. You know what? Say, listen, I have found that the people that use the invitations get a way better turnout. It's more of an invite. Try. I know not everyone's going to listen. Oh, believe me, a lot of times I get to the house and they hand them back to me. But I really try to make them use it. So after they book right then and there, and I tell them, I'm so excited you're having a show. I want you to over-invite. The more people you have, the more free you're going to get. Explain that. You want them to fill up their house, you want to stock them up. The next morning, I call them up, every single person. I call them and say, hey Susie, I'm so excited that you booked the show with me. One more question. Could you just read to me your email address? I don't know if I have the right thing. I just want to, I know what her email address is. I just want to confirm that we're in love. You know what I mean? That is just something that I do. Have a little conversation with her. One more time say, I want to make sure I gave you a packet. Whatever you have to say, just to make sure you gave her the packet, you gave her the invitations. Once again, tell them you want them to really over-invite. That following, at the end of the week, I take a recipe and I mail it to them. I know I am old-time and old school, but it's just what I do, and I feel like that's what works. I either use the recipe cards from the company. You know how we have some recipe cards? Problem is, I hate most of the recipe cards that they have. So in a cookbook, in All the Best Cookbook, that's my favorite cookbook. If I like a recipe, I just make a copy of it, and I take a Post-it and I write, Susie, can't wait for your show. I've been making this recipe forever. Everyone loves it. Enjoy. I'll talk to you soon. And I keep my show alive once a week or every other week with recipes through the mail. It just makes them not forget that it's like you're not bothering them, you're giving them a recipe. Do you like that idea? Once you have a stamp. I've been doing this for years. I know the mail is like old school, but if you're asking what's working, because you know what, when they open it up, it's not like the full-blown, okay, this is what you have to do, and I want you to take 12 steps, and make sure, it's like, here, make this recipe, even a drink recipe, whatever it is. Any recipe you like from the Food Network, whatever you make in your house, just send them with a Post-it note. Hi, can't wait for your show. Love this recipe. Enjoy. Done. Send. Everyone's looking at me like I'm an alien right now.
We're absorbing what you're saying.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
Because I think a lot of you, I feel like you're saying if you don't want to feel like you're bothering people. And the other thing too is, I know some people that this has worked for, and I've even done it. If I know a host, like sometimes you just know how they're going to be, and I know they're not going to send those invites, I will offer them that I will do it for them, of course. And I've done it, and you see the difference. And I actually feel better because I know I sent them. Because I don't want to keep saying, did you send them? Did you send them? Like, if I know, you can kind of feel people out and be like, they're not sending them. I just know they're not.
What do you do when you host both of you? Like, what do you say? Because I feel like...
Tell them about your packet, because some of you were here for, like, Nancy's, and you were a little overwhelmed because she does have an intense host packet. I want you to tell them... I want you to tell them what's in yours, because mine is very similar.
Paper freaks my freak. I seriously would have a nervous breakdown. So the way I do it, the way I've done it, my host packet is a catalog, the show planner that
you get for free, guys, every time,
and a packet of invitations, and that's what I forgot to bring with me. And I stick the recruiting flyer. Join us.
I always
the orange one. Do you know what that is?
Always.
Buy them. They're cheap. Just put them in there, and that is it.
It's like a packet of 20.
Nobody reads anymore. So everything is too overwhelming. So the most important thing is they invite people. I tell them, you invite the people, I'll do the rest.
So how do you get them hyped up to do that? I feel like
every person I talk to, I make like it's my first show. I'm like, I can't wait for your show. You have to just get animated and make like they are. You cannot wait. You are counting the minutes, and every single email that I'll send to a host, I will always say, I am counting down the minutes to your show. I can't wait. It's going to be over the top. Whatever.
I'm sorry. What I'm running into is, obviously, I'm still very early.
Yes.
Is everyone? They're like, oh, you know what? Let me help you out, and I'll host a show. Like they're helping me out because they're allowing me to come into their house and get them free
I
products.
think the first couple shows are like that, though.
That's just
Yeah, and
normal.
then again, you know, and you heard me say this at my house. You need your friends and family at the beginning to get this ball rolling. And the thing is, if you don't get that real solid month at the beginning, if you've only done 3 shows, you're going to struggle, which you're struggling now. People smell
Fear?
desperation. Yes, they smell that. And I know you're like, everyone's so desperate to get a show that you feel like you're being a sales push.
I think your inner circle's always going to bust your balls more than anybody
Oh,
else. And the
there
farther
is.
you go from your inner circle, like for me,
I told you, once you
agree.
walk in and it's complete strangers,
I've
you know
done
your
so much
business
better.
is off to a good
And you know what?
start.
I
I've done so
want
much
you.
better
I
with
want
it.
everyone in this
I
room.
got to see a lot. Tell me when I say goodbye, okay?
Bye, Melanie.
My battery's low. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I want you all to remember these words because they are key when you're speaking to someone, whether you're in the grocery store or you just want to start talking a conversation with a pampered chef. All you want to say is, are you familiar with the pampered chef? Isn't that easy? So they're going to say either, oh yeah, I love the pampered chef, and then your next line is, when was the last time you were at a cooking show? Oh, it hasn't been for years, or oh, I just went to one. And then you have a conversation. What recipe did they make on the show? Or, oh my gosh, we have so many new products. I would love to come in, listen to this theme. We're doing a taste of Italy now. It's sweeping the nation. Again, that's what I'm saying. Get your key words. Get your little commercial out there. It's the same conversation every single time. Are you familiar with the pampered chef? When you're standing online at the grocery store and the woman's sitting there with her plum tomatoes, time to chalk up a conversation. What do you do with those tomatoes? Making a salad. When was the last time you had a pampered chef show? Just curious.
I'm laughing because I'm on the phone with Stacy in the grocery store when we were buying all this stuff for the workshop, and I'm like, this woman starts asking me questions about the chicken. So me and Stacy are talking. I said, Stacy, I'm hanging up. I'm going to go talk to this woman right now. I talk to everybody, and I know you all think I'm like crazy pampered chef lady, and Karen's the director, and only she can do this.
Only she can do this.
I don't walk around with pampered chef tattooed on my forehead. I still have 3 kids that I raised. I still have a life. Yeah, on my boob. I don't always have a shirt on. I do carry my bag, or if I don't have my bag, I literally have something with me on me, or I bring it in conversation some way, somehow. Like tomorrow, I'm going to the park up the block. They're having a puppet show, and I'm bringing my pampered chef mini little cool insert for my kids' snacks and a couple of other things. And a bunch of the parents who, now most of the kids at my kids' school now know what I do, but some of them don't, and they're going to be there tomorrow. I'm not going to talk
Do
about
they
it.
sell the catalog tote for the small? Do they sell the tote with this for the small?
Yeah, the small one, and then she also found something on like eBay that has like a little one.
It's on my bed.
Okay. Do you get any leads from that?
Oh, she's showing you on the.
Oh, she's showing you.
Oh, thank you. Beautiful. That's the mini one. Oh, I like that. I think I had that.
But now they
That's
got
one
the
from
new
Etsy.
From Etsy, the little.
Yeah, that's it. I don't
little-
know.
I have it on my bag. I get stuff more with
Because
that.
it just hangs, you can use your own
You see,
purse.
the whole
Yeah.
idea of using the mini catalog is so that you get their information, if you all don't know that. So when people say, oh, you do the Pampered Chef, yeah. When you start the conversation, say, I'd love to send you, the full catalog. Why don't you give me your information? This way you get their contact, you get their email, you put them on your loop, and then you create a new
Never leave
friend.
without not getting their info.
So I'm saying it's better to do, or even if you have the regular catalog tote with the big catalogs, you want to put older, like our catalogs are going to change September 1st. You always want to hold an older catalog in the front, the same way, say, you know what, oh, this is our older one. Why don't you give me your information? I'll send you a new catalog. It's just another way to get more information.
That's why I like giving out the minis, because when I had the big one, I was giving out my, like in the beginning, I was giving out my big.
Of course, yeah.
And you're like, you're not, and then I'm like, oh wait,
Like you're
I'm
wasting
paying
info.
all this money, nobody's
Yeah.
calling me back.
No, no one
And I
will
got
call you
nobody's
back.
info, but the mini catalogs work well.
Exactly.
And I use them like a, like I just hand them out like anything, Here.
Who's that? Sorry. Go ahead, I'm sorry. continue.
I started doing the themes too, and actually I got the Italian one.
I
cookies
do.
and mom.
Oh, okay.
I got a wine and chocolate theme in August,
Nice.
and I'm doing a Mexican party. in
That
September.
Mexican's the best.
I am so bad because I'll stand up there and I'll say, oh, like a big shot, there's so many themes, you know, and I said, there's the light and simple, there's soup and slippers, and I'll just throw out a little
Sip,
whatever,
steps, and flips.
whatever I'm saying. And I'm telling you, the girl will come up to me, she goes, oh my God, that soup and slippers sounds so fun. I'll be like, no, it's really not. Let's do this other one.
Pizza, right?
Oh my God. Or even, I'm saying, I'll be like, fine, when we go over the recipes, and then when I call her, I'll completely change her into something else. Sorry, I shouldn't be sharing this.
But she's perfected what she
It doesn't, that's what I'm saying, it
when she
doesn't
speaks,
matter.
it's like a script, and that's where you want to get so you feel comfortable.
And again,
each
you're
show
new.
you're going to get
Believe
better.
me, at the beginning, I was horrified. I was totally horrified at the beginning, but there was nothing stopping me. I didn't care. As scary as the whole thing is, and I know a lot of you know, of course it's scary. It's a business. You have to make what you want of it. I was just so turned on by my paycheck. I'm not kidding you. I was like, oh God, this is crazy. And that excitement was at every show. And I've been just a solid recruiter. I'm not Sharon Zellin, I don't recruit 1,000 people, but pretty consistent every month because there's enough people at my shows and I'm doing enough shows. If you're doing enough shows, the bookings and the recruits will come. Doing one show here and one show there is fine if that's what you want to do, but the likelihood of you building it to the bigger numbers probably won't happen that easily.
Can I ask you a personal question? When you first started, your kids were young.
2 and 5.
Yeah. How was your husband with all of
Fantastic question.
8 times a month I'm going out
Okay,
on
well,
Saturday night?
Well, first of all, 8 times a month is so nothing. You're talking about once or twice a week. I'm home all day with my kids. I was a stay-at-home mom, you know, and I was able to go out. And once the money came in, it was like, how come you're not working tonight?
He said to me, because this month, I really did not work this month. I submitted stuff I held over for May because I knew I was going away, which, by the way, you guys all know, I only went away because I took the gift card for a trip I could have never afforded before, you know, and that's the thing, too. It's not too late to earn Disney, guys. I know you think it's impossible. It's not.
If you promote, I mean, at this point,
it's really not. It's not.
You should all be, every single one of you sitting here, whether you have a lot of shows or not, every one of you could start to build a team within the week from right now. Every one of you could think of a friend, a relative, someone who needs to make $100. All they have to do is try this. That's what I'm saying. The company, I'm not saying sell the kit to someone who's never going to do anything, but sell the kit to someone who just actually might make a difference. And you could just start building a team. You never know who's going to make it, whose life is going to change, because it has changed the majority of everyone in this business somehow. So every one of you could try it. And by the husband watching the kids, it's 3 hours. He's the dad, right? He's the father.
My husband carries my bags to the car now.
Do you work full time?
Part-time.
Okay. So I'm saying, you know, and until you guys earn a trip, I can't tell you. To go to Disney, and I've gone, this will be the 3rd time going, my kids are older now, but going to Disney with the Pampered Chef really is like going with Daddy Warbucks on a trip. To have it paid for the park to be closed, for all the restaurants to be open and have special events, you will cry. Your kids will cry, and then if you ever go on your own where you have to pay, then it's going to be like, sorry, Johnny, you can't have another ice cream, sorry, it's not fancy. But they do it in such a way where it's just spectacular. So until you earn one of these trips, and you bring your spouse or your significant other or your children, you're going to see it in a whole nother light. Stacy, when you go to this conference, just get ready.
I can't wait.
No,
you're going to. I can't wait.
You're going to just not believe. You know, who's moving? You're moving.
Oh, Stacy.
No, you're moving to Pennsylvania. No, I moved already. I'm up to Pennsylvania. Are there Amish people there?
On the other side.
Close. There is an Amish group. We call them the Diva Amish group.
They were at the feast.
They
were
have
Parent chef
They were
Amish?
They
Yes.
are
Yes.
Diva
That's
Amish.
cool.
They are okay. So when everyone's
I have a
playing,
picture. Like I said to my husband, like you won't believe this.
no, not only believe it, they fly with this thing. They go on horse and buggy. They can't use computers. The director does all the closing of shows. The one who's a diva, she goes into the library and she's able to do this. Oh, and they earn trips, not that they could take them. They earn the jewelry, not that they could wear it. But
Oh my gosh.
they go
but you
by
can take
horse.
the money
Wait,
for the
they
trip.
can't turn on. I'm telling you, a friend of mine, Marie Friday, she's a national. She always sends us pictures of everything that they do. They cook. They can't turn on microwaves.
I was just gonna say, they can't do the recipes in the microwave.
No, they do things, right, they can't use the microwave. They make brownies on the griddle. There's a way to do it on the griddle. They make like a fudge or something. That's what I'm saying. When there's a will, there's a way. So when I see the little Amish crossing the stage, earning trips in this, I'm like, I don't want to hear that, baby. I have 2 children. Look at her, she got a horse and buggy. She wants to have kids. Come on. Oh my God.
I mean, I think a lot of them see. I have 3 small children. You know, I mean,
You know,
and
people
they are
work-
my motivation. I earned this trip, but I'm not stopping there because I want and I will get level 3 because it's an extra day and the hotel. I had a customer yesterday. She heard I had 3 kids, so right away she was pimping out her business. She's like, oh, I'm a Disney, have you been to Disney with the kids yet? I said, no, we're actually going next year. She goes, oh, because I'm a Disney representative. I specialize in Disney trips, and maybe you want to book some of the excursions. I said, oh, no, I'm going with the Pampered Chef. So this opened the door for me to talk about recruiting right there. She goes, oh, you are? Where are they putting you up? When I told her, she died. She goes, what? That's the best hotel there is in California. I said, that's how Pampered Chef rolls.
When we went to Disney last time, I mean, we were in with the Beach and Yacht Club of Grand Floridian. We were in Joe Schmo's hotel. That's what I'm saying. They only, I mean, Doris just does things in just a ladylike, over-the-top way. That's all I could say. It's just a phenomenal run business. And guys, take it and run with it. You can. That's what I'm saying. Every one of you could do whatever you want with this. When you leave here tonight, you're going to run home and tell your husband, oh my God, this girl makes ridiculous money. Yeah, that was me sitting in your spot saying, when I went to my first conference, I just wanted to sit with the girl that had 4,000 ribbons hanging off her. How many people on your team? I will never forget this. We sat at a table, and I said to her, I was a new director. It was my first year, so I'm like a big shot with my red ribbon, and we do it for the ribbons, right? So I'm sitting next to this woman who has ribbons hanging down to the floor, and I'm like, she goes, oh, I see you're a new director. How many people you have on your team? I'm like, 8. I'm all proud. I'm like, how many people do you have? And she goes, oh, I don't know. So I kicked whoever's on the She doesn't know. And from that moment, that was my goal. I said, I cannot wait till the day comes where I say, oh, I don't know.
How many people do you have on your team now?
I don't know.
Nice.
I wouldn't know. No, it's definitely.
But she
a lot.
came to our meeting, guys. She does not do, like, seriously, no, this is a big deal. I
It's a big
think
deal. It's not a big
because
deal.
she doesn't go, no, I'm almost scared to post it on Facebook because people get so jealous.
Who am I?
But no,
I'm
it's
a Donna.
true.
That's who I am.
It's true, and all my little friends around the country who know and love you, they're gonna be like, oh my God. It's a big deal.
Yeah, I've been in groups and forums where they're like, "Wait, you do Pampered Chef too?" I never go to meetings. Like my director doesn't know who I am,
Oh, well,
and we're like, "Yeah, we
are
have meetings
so-
once a month
we
with
are
each
so
other to
blessed,
like
all of us.
catch up and stuff." Most of that's unheard of in a lot of
We have, like,
states.
a private page on Facebook that everybody shares and helps, and that's the community I want to continue to keep because, you know, we want to help each other. It's helpful and it's going to motivate you, as well.
And the bookings, you know, we just talked about a few things for getting bookings, whether you want to try the cooking class type of thing, or you want to try this free envelope thing, or you want to try, you know, there's 2 different ways for the bookings. One is picking up the phone, because if you guys have nothing on your calendar, you have to pick up the phone.
I was just going to say, what about for the ones who have nothing right now? What is their first step when they leave here and tomorrow?
Let me just, honestly, would any of you try that cooking class thing?
Yeah.
Even though no one's done it?
I would do it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So when you leave here tonight, the phone call you're going to make, hi Susie, it's Jill from the Pampered Chef. I just want to tell you, Right now, Pampered Chef just came out with a new type of show. It's actually called a cooking class. It's sweeping the nation. What it is I come in and all your friends, we actually cook together. It's kind of like a cooking class. Pampered Chef is having great results with this. I'd love for you to take advantage of this. Would you be interested? So, you know, that's what you're going to have to
And
say
they're not
to get on the
purchasing
phone.
anything. This
You're
is
not
not
calling
the
to say, do you
the
want to
pantry
have a
items.
party? You're saying there's something new out there that everyone is loving called the cooking class. Pampered Chef is having great results with this. I want you to take advantage of this. Why don't we set something up in the summer now that everyone's home? The kids are off.
I'm gonna have to do it in my house. That's the only thing, but I don't mind. I have a
Great.
bigger house
Why do
than.
you have to do this?
Oh, most of my family lives in very small apartments or
No,
small
but you
townhouses.
call-
Oh no, I don't mind. I have a huge kitchen.
No.
I'm jealous of your kitchen, but I like my kitchen.
You don't have, I'm saying you want people to book with you. You're going to do this in their house.
Some people won't book with me because they can't have parties in their house. That's why they don't book. They go,
Why
where am
can't
I
they-
supposed to
why
have
can't
it?
they have
They can't fit more than 5 or 6 people at a time. Or
Where do you live?
I live in Tottenville.
What, I don't understand.
Oh, I have a big house. That's Karen. She did her party at my house.
Well,
I
but
get
not
that all the time.
everybody.
Oh, I mean family. Like I don't have a lot of things going on the island yet. I'm still kind of
Okay.
fumbling with family
but you know
and
what?
stuff.
You still, there are so many leads out there with people, with in the grocery
Mm-hmm.
stores, haircutters, nail
You've done a
clippers,
lot of
whatever.
vendor things. What if you called up all of these people?
Those are leads.
I have some that I have other vendors from other companies, and every month I touch base with everybody. I'm like, hey, you know, we've got a new special going on. There's this. I've gotten catalog parties off of that because a lot of those vendors I've met in the city. They live in Queens, or live in the Bronx.
Whatever you're going for, that's what you're going to get. If you're going to be very vague and say we have this, that, and the other, you're going to get.
Oh, I try to get. There was 2 women who had come to one of the vendor shows, and one of them said that her grandmother couldn't cook and she couldn't do stuff. And I explained that we have a lot of items that you can do one-handed. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know, we could do a party specifically around that for her, and I could come to your house, and then she kind of.
So that's one person. You know, that's okay. Wait, I was just thinking of something. Okay, fundraising. If you are not all doing a fundraiser right now, I'm telling you, another reason to miss the boat. You know how we say sometimes Facebook shows kind of don't work, you only get to do a little bit in sales?
Mm-hmm.
You can call every single organization. Now, take the day, take the hour, take the half hour, and start calling churches, schools, hospitals, every animal, every rescue organization. Save the whales, save the St. Bernards, save the cockapoos. I'm not kidding you. Every breed of a dog or cats that you can, there are rescue places. Call them up and just say, I'm with the Pampered Chef. We do fundraising. I'd love to help you raise some money for your organization. Would you be interested? They're going to say, tell me about it. Oh, we could set you up online. You could send it out to all your whoever. You know, most people send out their leads. Somebody help me here. Somebody, when they book a fundraiser with you, they send it out to all the people that are
Contacts that have given money before
Right.
or donated.
and then sales come in. That is a huge thing.
And I always tell
you don't have to
people
do
too.
anything. It's like doing the fundraiser.
And that's great for the ladies having babies too.
You can have a fundraiser set up every single month. There are people that do just fundraising. There are consultants that do just fundraising. There's someone in Pennsylvania that earns every single trip every year only on fundraising.
How does fundraising
Wow.
as far as the commission and the percentage that goes to donations?
They
how does that
make,
work?
if the sales are over if the sales are over $600, they get 15%. If it's under $600, they make 10%. We make a little bit less commission, but sometimes you could kick in 5%.
And I
You
always
could kick
tell
in
people,
whatever.
people are sick of the candy bars. This is stuff people could actually use. 68% of our catalog is under $20.
But you have
It's
to
every
make
price
those
point.
connections. You have to make the calls. I'm not saying take out
People
the
are
phone,
knocking on our doors.
but
I
you
say
can
this all the
call.
time.
You can call anyone, and just say,
I
I'd like
do
to.
have a question for you, your brain as well. I was going to tell you about it today. I have a show in September, and she's deaf, and her son is going to be a translator for me.
That'll be
And
fun.
majority of her audience is also deaf. What? Like, how can I make it,
It'll be fun. You know what? They're going to be fantastic. A lot of the girls have done it, and this is how they live their life.
It's interesting.
I
Maybe make them do a lot of the cooking so that they're feeling it
I'm thinking about maybe turning it into a cooking class.
Exactly.
Hands-on.
They're normal, healthy
You don't
people,
have to
they're
really
just deaf.
explain.
That would be an amazing thing to do.
And they also could read lips.
Yeah,
You look
yeah, I know
directly
his
at
mother's
them, 'cause
very
I know-
well with that, but I'm afraid with her audience, I don't know them. But I know like my friend's mother, you know.
Yeah, well, you really should, after, if you do the cooking class, and then that you bring them back inside, you work the catalog. Page 5 is our cookware, whatever it is. Love this, you know, they'll work with you on that. That sounds like a great thing to do.
That's very cool. And maybe you could also do a fundraising thing for them as well.
Yeah.
You know? 2 in 1.
So after you leave here tonight, you know, 3 things you should walk away with. You should try and set up a fundraiser, just because it'll just generate business for you. Make some phone calls and try a cooking